Morning, it's 5:30. I'll show you the bus down. 5:30, Tuesday the 20th of July 2021. And this is a 2-year anniversary video from when I started the weekend run. So I started it on a Saturday at this very location with 4 others, and then just kept doing it every Saturday. And then I think I started the Sundays a bit later. So I just want to talk to you about the runs, how I got into running, how I started the group runs, and pretty much go from there. So yeah, June 2019, I was on the gym floor doing my PT shift, walking around, whatever, and then I overheard someone say to another PT at the gym that they wanted help getting prepared for a marathon. And I was listening to the conversation. I was thinking, if someone came to me with that issue, how would I be able to help them? Because at that time, I never ran. My only form of cardio was skipping. So I was like, cool, I need to try this running thing. And the first person I shouted is Corey. So Corey's been running. Corey's been running because he's been doing boxing. So he used to run up Seaton Point, which is an estate building with 21 floors. If I'm wrong, it might be 23, but I think it's 21 floors. And yeah, so I shouted Corey like, yo bro, I want to get into running, let's kind of do it together, because I know he's already chewed up about his running stuff. And he was like, yeah bro, we'll do it together. So that conversation that I overheard in the gym is what sparked all the group runs. So I just remember hearing that and saying, cool, how would I help a client that had that issue? And the answer at that time was, I wouldn't really be able to, because I never ran. So yeah, so long story short, me and Corey was meant to go for a run together one morning. I think it was that week. And I got delayed. And Corey went on the run by himself. And then he sent me a video saying, bro, look, you better go on your run. I'm out here doing my run. And then he sent it to me. And I was like, yeah, cool. And then I went on my first run around Hackney Downs. But those days I didn't know how to pace myself. So I just started bare quick, thinking it was a sprint. And then I stopped like halfway around the park. And I took a picture of the door that I stopped at. And I said, the next time I come out, I'm gonna go beyond this door. And that was the start of the whole running thing. So big credit to Corey, because it was like a draw out. Also the random guy in the gym, and just me, my competitive nature. I always want to be better than me. That's how the running thing started. And then every weekend, aside from about 2 weekends where I've had like other commitments, like shoots, stuff like that, I'm outside, boy. Whether it's sunny, whether it's snowing, whether it's raining, I'm outside of it. In terms of every weekend, once I'd done the first week with Modu, Labi, Bonsu, Gao, and Modu brought a friend along as well. Sorry, I don't know her name. And we ran around the park. And then from there, I just started drawing out my other friends. So the main reason why I wanted to do it, because my little start to running made me enjoy it. I'm so competitive, I just want to beat whatever I've done before. So I was like, yeah, let me draw a couple of my friends out, get them moving. So the whole aim of the run was just to get my close friends moving. A lot of them go gym or they train, they're fit, whatever, they're strong, but they don't do cardio in the form of running. So I drew out a couple of my friends, and it slowly started getting bigger on a Saturday. And then because I worked so close to Vicky Park, I decided to do a run on Sunday at Vicky Park. I chose Vicky Park, as I said, is because I was a PT at Pure Gym there, and I thought I'll be able to get the client, I'll be able to get people that come from the gym. I thought I'd be able to get loads of them to come to the run. But as I said, a lot of people kind of stuck in a comfort zone. They don't want to venture outside of what they're used to. So most of the people that I used to communicate with were people from my classes. So at the end of each class, I'd say to them, if anyone wants to get into running, I'm running on Sundays, Victoria Park at 11 o'clock. Most people would be like, yeah, I'm coming. But you know how it is, people just talk. But a couple of people came through, and then I put posters up around the gym, and people who saw that, I think only Claire, well, a couple others, but obviously in terms of who's still around today, Claire's the person who saw the poster and said yeah. And then that's how I met Claire. Never actually saw her in the gym in physical. She just came to one of the runs, and then she's been running with me ever since. So shout out to Claire. And then she introduced me to Ruth, and Ruth's the fastest girl I know, so shout out to Ruth. And they bought me a sick gift for my birthday, so shout out to Ruth and Claire. And then I put posters up at every park in Hackney, thinking, yep, I'm going global. I said, if I put pitch posters up, all the runners that go to the parks in Hackney are going to see this poster and they're going to want to come to my run. So I used to check my email every morning, like, yeah, everyone's going to start emailing me off. I only got one email from the posters in the first year, and that was Nicole. Shout out to Nicole. The Saturday and Sunday runs are like a good way for people from beginners to experienced runners to come and get a 5k in, and it's helped a few people. So it's always a good feeling when someone comes to the run and they complete their first 5k. Big up Ross. Ross came last week and he completed his first 5k. And then sometimes you get people getting their PBs on the run. So big up everyone that's ever come to the run and got a PB. One of the main things that benefited me was my boy Frenzy. He introduced me to run the boroughs via Will Stowe. So big up Will Stowe, and that's how I met Reese. So big up Reese, and basically I started running with them on a Wednesday. But I didn't really understand who they were. I just remember going to an office and they had bare trainers, and I used to take pictures of the trainers and videos, and then bare of my friends that are into trainers would be like, "Right, is that your collection?" And I was like, "No, I'm with these guys, I don't know who they are, but they got bare trainers in the room." But all the trainers were size 10, so I was like, oh, none of them would even fit me. But now looking back, that's 10 US, so they're actually size 9, so most of them would fit me, but I don't care about trainers like that. But yeah, flipping, yeah. Then I think it was like the first time I actually ran with Reese and Will. This was August. Yeah, I think this was August, after like a group run, and I was telling like Will and Reese, kind of venting to them because I'd started the group runs. In my opinion, they were going well, like more and more of my friends were coming out, but obviously people from the outside were telling me like, "Raw, you need more girls at your run," because it was bare man. It was bare my friends from the estate and others from locally. So bare guys were telling me, "Bro, you need more girls at your run." I'd be scared to come to your run. A couple of people were like, "You need more white people at your run." I'd be scared to come to your run. Bear in mind, these are black people themselves. So I was like, "Bro, what?" But I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it like, I'm getting all my friends fit. But them times I didn't have the belief I have in myself now. So these things are hitting me. I'm like, "Oh yeah, there's bare black men, there's bare brothers, like, where's the girls that do whatever?" So I started trying to draw out girls. But then when I was telling Will and Reese this, they're completely the opposite. So Reese was like, "Tell them to shut up, bro. Like, just do what you're doing, you're killing it." Will was like, "You need to do t-shirts." But as I said, I didn't really have belief in myself at that time. So I was like, "Ooh, I don't really want to do t-shirts and I can't sell them." So I was going to do 5 t-shirts because I know from my friends, whatever I do, girls always support me, Modu always support me, Yemi always support me, Shalom, Mo, couple man will always support what I'm doing. So I was like, let me do 5, and then I ended up doing 10, and then when I sold that 10, I ended up doing another 20, and then long story short, I ended up selling 50 t-shirts. But that's what raised my belief in me as a person, because I didn't think I could sell 50 t-shirts. Even though it's not a big deal, it is a big deal, because when you take those risks and they work out in your favor, it raises your belief in you, and then you want to do something else even bigger. But long story short, Reese and Will helped me at a time where I was doubting myself. And even the people that came to the early runs, they raised my belief in me when I didn't have the belief in myself. So the whole running thing has played a very big part in my confidence and my belief in what I can achieve. So I always try and give Reese and Will their flowers, because they were like the first two people who I saw as like big brothers, even though I just knew them for like a week or two, and they kind of gave me guidance. And obviously you always want to follow people that are doing things that you want to do. So Reese is already a successful PT, had a clientele base, had his own studio space. Those are all things I want in the future. So he's the person I want to be following in terms of advice, not the people that were saying you need more girls or you need more white people. And I think a lot of people were saying it on a banter thing, but I got the under message of like, yeah, it does look a bit intimidating, but that's pretty much it in terms of the runs. Long story short, consistency is key. From the running stuff, which is in the grand scheme of things just circling the park, I've met so many dope people, especially like Run the Boroughs, who I run with midweek. Meeting them was a blessing because they're all creative people, and where I'm just one way, I just want to get the action done. I don't really care about all this creating stuff. I'm not really creative, my mind just works in one way. Being around them and seeing the ideas they come up with has helped me get more creative. So long story short, consistency is key. Me running around a park has put me in a much better position mentally, physically, and I'm still meeting dope people to this day. So it's sick, and in return I'm helping people, and that's just unintentionally. Sometimes people message me saying, bro, you helped me do A, B and C, and it's just all unintentional, or just the motivation side of things. Just people seeing you go on a run every weekend helps them battle their excuses. They might wake up and say, I don't want to run. I've woke up certain days and I'm like, I don't want to run, and I go on my Strava and I see Lee's ran or I see Shallow's ran, and I'm like, no, I'm running today. So it's just all about helping each other and supporting each other and pushing each other. But yeah, that's the 2-year journey so far. Oh yeah, and another thing, this whole thing was a 5-year plan regardless. So I don't just start something and give up. But obviously there's weeks where things aren't going your way, you don't get the turnout you want, but it's about pushing through. Because even a Sunday run, there's been countless Sunday runs where it's just me and Nicole, or me and Josh. Big up Josh as well, big up Nicole. And there was times where I was like, no, I'm gonna scrap the Sunday run, only the Saturday run's popping. But it's easy to stick to what's working for you and give up on what's not working. But I thought, let me stick through the Sunday run. Now the Sunday run's way more popping than the Saturday run, and the Sunday run's the RTB Hackney run. So I'm glad I stuck to it, even though there were weeks where it was like, is this really working? So yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of whatever you're finding challenging now, it'll probably be a walk in the park if you stick to it. Remember, I couldn't do 3k when I started these runs. Now I do 5k, 10k, 15k for breakfast without like even having to think, oh, am I going to be able to complete this run? It's just a part of me, but it's also helped me so much mentally with like my headspace. Because a lot of the time I've got so many thoughts running through my head, doing gymnastics, cartwheels, backflips, front flips, roundhouse kicks. But when I go on runs, it helps me clear my head. So when people ask me like, do you enjoy running? I promise I wouldn't be running 2 years later if I didn't enjoy this. Bro or girl, whoever it is watching this, whatever you set your mind to, you get out what you put in. And man's nowhere really. Like, man's still doing the same thing for 2 years, but I'm a lot further than I was when I started. And forget the pictures on Instagram, because that don't mean nothing. Where I'm at headspace wise, the belief I have in myself, the impact it's had on the people around me that I care about. So imagine being in a scenario where you can do something that helps your people, like give up smoking or look after their health more, or be more conscious when they're eating junk food or whatever it is. Those are little things that I take away from the group runs that help me. Because whenever my friends tell me, yeah bro, I'm not smoking anymore, I want to get a time on the 5 or the 10, or bro, I'm not smoking anymore, it messes up my runs, or I'm not eating junk food today because I got to run tomorrow or whatever, that's another win for me. So it's dope. So yeah, whatever it is you're doing, keep at it, stay consistent, keep putting the work in. So big up anyone that's ever come to the run, big up anyone that's ever shared the poster, showed support, sent like positive words via Instagram when they've seen me in person or whatever, man. You've been a part of the journey, and the journey ain't even started yet, really. We're just scratching the surface.